The Confederacy of Dunks is now on the Talkhole Podcast Network. Check out talkhole.co for more great podcasts.
Hello? Can anyone around here speak basketball?
It's the Confederacy of Dunks with Kevin Dowse and Freddie Rivas.
Hey. Just right off the bat, some quick trivia for our fans. Is Matt's voice automated when he does that, or is it actually Matt doing it every time?
Tweet at us with the guesses.
If you think you know, say.
Winner gets a kokanee.
That's right.
Yeah.
So many kokanee here, guys.
We're having a couple sips of kokanee. I'm drinking mine through a straw.
I'm drinking mine out of a bowl,
Yeah.
like a little kitty cat.
And he's smoking a bowl.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Freddie, you can't say that on podcast.
Don't tell my landlord.
This is effing nuts.
I actually, just if I could just touch on the kokanee thing, I unfortunately tried it when I was fairly dehydrated, and I thought it was the crispiest beer I've ever had in my life.
Oh, it's very refreshing.
Was this post-trampolining?
Yeah, post-trampolining.
It's from BC's
for my
tallest
birthday.
mountains, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
crisp.
So,
crisp and clean.
I have it now after I'm not dehydrated, and, it's okay.
Less tasty.
It's not worth the 2-4.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, man. Guys, my name's Kevin Dowse.
I'm Freddie Rivas.
I'm Matt Duncan.
We got Matt Duncan here. We're on the Confederacy of Dunks. It's a great day. Got two amazing guests on the podcast today. First up, I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine, writer for the Beaverton, editor of the website of the Beaverton, and just a generally great person to know, Jacob Duarte Spiel.
Hi.
Everybody gets music, Jacob.
This is your intro song now, forever.
This is you on the GO train going to Oshawa.
Can I talk now?
Yes.
There's a lot of... I wasn't aware of the cues. I wasn't filled in about that.
That's right. Sometimes we like it to be a surprise.
Yeah, exactly. How you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Doing great. Thanks for joining us. Someone's phone is buzzing. Was it?
Wasn't me, I swear.
Just the world we live in, folks.
Actually, I think
just
it was
the world we live in.
I think it was mine.
Well, on that note, I say we bring the other guest here. It's a good friend of mine. We've been buddies since high school. Awesome dude, funny man, knows his pizza. Give it up for Joe Malekzadah.
Hey, this is too similar to the other intro music. I don't like it.
Are you kidding me?
It's great.
Are you kidding me?
He's got some dirty synth in there.
It's like they're both kind of like a trap dumpster.
They're both like moody Journey songs, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to match the comedy lifestyle here. Be roasty.
Yeah. Well, raps, NBA, life. Let's get started, Kev.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we got to start the same place we started last podcast, which is DeMar is still Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, but better.
Yeah, DeMar DeGoat.
He's the best. He's the greatest basketball player of all time.
It's a beautiful thing. Have you had a chance to watch many of the Raps games, Jacob?
Oh, I think sorry, yeah. I've been watching. He's unreal. I didn't expect that. I really didn't.
No, and it really is in all of the ways that people critique him. He was just like, but if it works, then
Yeah.
Like every year he takes a perceived slight and then just like builds on that. This SI perceived slight is the most effective thing I've ever seen. He's like, he stole Corey Maggetti's body and soul and like put it into his body and soul.
Just focused
and then
it.
he's just doing his, like what he would do in a game and then also what Corey Maggetti would do in a game.
Oh.
So he's
Every
Kobe
game.
Maggetti.
Yeah, he's Kobe Maggetti. He's just two people. Like if you look at his stat lines, it makes sense.
Oh
Well,
man,
most athletes, when they get this like exterior slight put on them, they kind of brush it off. But DeMar's direct. He's like, no, I did not like that specific story about me.
Yeah, he really, really cares about his slights.
Right.
It's hilarious.
He went out of his way to say, guys ahead of me on that list know they're not as good as me.
Right.
That is not letting sleeping dogs lie.
I'm having trouble hearing one person.
It might be Joe. He was having a casual lean back from the mic.
Mm-hmm. Might also be me.
Leaner, huh?
I'm pretty throaty, so.
And I'm just.
I mean, I'm like stunned that they were able to beat Charlotte. To be honest, like I'm also stunned that Charlotte is this good, but.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agree on both counts. And actually, when Charlotte took that lead in that game, I was like, oh, okay, game's over. Well fought. And just stopped it.
Can I ask, you guys talked about it last week, what is it about DeMar's game? But now this is, I think, 4 games since your last podcast. It's not just a blip beginning of the season thing. It's 4 more games, one, chunk of the season now. So any change in thought? Is it going to keep going or what?
Yeah, we're was it 9 games into the season? 10 games in?
9. We're 7-2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're basically like 10% through the season.
Is this fluky or is he going to go return to water level? What's going on?
I think there has to be some return to water level. I don't know where that is exactly. Like, if you consider last year he dropped like 23 points a game.
No, he's at 33.
Now he's at 33, right. And like he's just so much more efficient from his hot spots. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, like just the numbers guy in me has to think that this is the hottest streak of his life, and maybe he'll come back down, but probably not back down to 23 points. No. Like I'd say back down to like 28 points.
Mm-hmm. I hope it's that. Yeah, Jacob, I was just saying the other day that I am worried that at some point the ISO is going to stop working, and then what's the rest of our offense going to do? But it looks like our ball movement is also picking up.
Yeah.
Well, I think last season that was the thing that nearly killed us in the playoffs was the fact that there was so little ball movement. I think we were number 29 or something in the league in assists per game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We still are.
And we still are. Great. Awesome. Cool. But like the thing, okay, I actually don't think that DeMar is going to recede as much as people might think, because I think that like when you, at least when I was watching the highlights and like how he's scoring, it's not like it just seems to be more that he's in rhythm. It's not I mean, you remember like back in his early games, like back in like 2010, 2011, every time he tried to go on a dribble drive, you would just like know that he was going to dribble the ball off his foot or lose it immediately.
Totally. Or just take 10 seconds to do something.
Yeah, exactly. But have you noticed that the thing that I've noticed him doing so much is he's putting his body into the opposing defender. And like, if he gets by the defender, he then like stops and pushes his body up against the defender to prevent them from getting around in front of him. It's amazing. His footwork is just like, it's unreal to watch.
His footwork, hesitations, and dribbling have all improved like almost deceptively.
Yeah. And he's using his screens really well as well.
In terms of
he's in control. He's not like running super fast. He's not like doing anything that's out of the realm of his ordinary game. He's just like, it seems like he's just figured it out.
Right. In terms of conditioning, I was reading today, he was talking about his Olympic experience, and he said he was gaining muscle and was very cognizant of not gaining weight, and that he got to 228, and he immediately changed his diet and his workout to go back down to 220, which sounds so smart, he's maintaining his speed, his control, not a huge change in balance, but he is stronger, and you can see it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's getting to like Duncan territory.
He seems
like lean. Yeah. It's all about being lean.
Yeah. Right. He seems like the kind of guy to be like the healthy sort of obsessive, where he's just like, I can treat my body like I'm in a laboratory, so I'm going to. And like,
and he probably says that.
Yes.
I was saying
that's what his newest tattoo says, actually.
That a whole sentence?
Yes.
I wanted to ask the three of you guys who know more about basketball than me, that have you seen a player in your basketball watching experience that has been as gradual? And I was saying to Freddie, most elite stars come in and either right away or 1 or 2 years they get up to that status. But DeMar it's almost like exactly 17% or something every year. And like this year he went from like like 76 to like 80.
Yeah, this
89.
year is like when you're building your player up in NBA 2K, and they're at like 83%, and then they go to like 87%, and they like nobody can stop you.
You break the game.
Yeah, you've broken the game, and you're like, shit, it's not even fun anymore because it's actually too easy.
Yeah, no. Do you guys remember a player who's done it like this?
I remember Danny Granger. But it was consistent, but it was still faster because it was like what year is DeMar in? 8?
8.
Yeah.
Danny Granger was like 6 points, 12 points, 18 points, 24 points.
Right.
Yeah.
And then had that huge injury.
Yeah, another indie guy, Paul George, had a similar arc where he was like, "Oh, he's pretty good. Oh, he's really good. Oh my God, he's amazing."
Yeah, but because even before,
but that was also over 3 years. I think.
Exactly. Like even way before his injury, he was like going toe to toe with LeBron.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Which in a lot of ways, DeRozan like still isn't doing.
Yeah.
Colangelo drafted him, right? Do you think he's like
Colangelo drafted.
Do you think
DeRozan.
he's like sitting somewhere going, "I'm the best"?
I think he's doing that regardless.
Totally.
Yeah.
He's definitely doing
Saying I'm the best.
He's now looking at him. He's both looking at Joel Embiid and being like, "That's all me," and then looking at DeRozan and Ross and Valanciunas and Lowry and all those guys and being like, "That's all me." And you know what? I would have drafted Powell too if I was there.
That's great.
I can think of another player.
Oh yeah.
But if you go from the other side of the court and you think about someone who's had that gradual increase on defense, I think Ben Wallace is actually the best. Like weirdly, is the best example of like someone sort of building up their career the way that DeRozan has, where he was good. He was undrafted, obviously, but as time went on, he just like figured out the game. He just figured out his positioning. He just paid a lot of attention, and by the end of it, 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards in 5 years.
Yeah,
probably deserved the 5th too, but they don't want to give it out that many times in a row. It's full disclosure. He's my favorite player of all time.
You always got to. If you have a favorite player, you got to slip him in every conversation.
Exactly,
and disclose it.
It's got to go down like that.
He actually does fit this conversation.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm not apologizing for it.
Yeah, no.
It's a good pick too. It's
actually, if we're talking about centers, I think Marc Gasol had a very gradual rise. Because he even came he came into the league with like as a throw-in trade with his brother in the Memphis Lakers deal. And he was basically
elite now,
he had conditioning issues.
3-point to his he can shoot 3-pointers now.
Yeah, he's popping threes this year.
Yeah. I think we can agree if DeMar does add the 3, then that's truly that's going to be something else.
That changes our whole team's offense.
Yeah, I was actually kind of half wondering if he even has enough energy in his game to add the 3.
I know.
Only because like when you're taking that many shots, rolling through that many screens, and all the possessions where he doesn't shoot, he still usually dribbles into trouble and then kicks it out to someone, which he's gotten better at this year as well. Yeah. But I wonder if he could add the 3 like in a meaningful way. I think like
30% right now, right? His career almost has always been 30%.
Yeah, which is not good enough.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like that might be.
I don't think it's. Oh.
Okay.
No, I was going to say I don't think it's unreasonable to I think a lot of people think about like the 3-point line as if it's some, really huge addition to the game. But you look at a player like Chris Humphries, for example, who is already kind of shooting a little around the top of the key. He just steps back an extra foot.
Yeah.
There's something about that extra foot.
I know. Yeah. There's guys like Garnett and, even like Lowry is someone who added the 3. So is Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Well, I think DeRozan is for sure a guy who could add the 3.
I think he will when he gets older and he like loses a step athletically.
Yeah, totally.
He seems like the kind of player to be like, okay, that's what I gotta do.
He just I think what's so cool about this run as well is he thinks about basketball differently.
Yeah.
I don't think he's full on like Sam Mitchell, like being like,
analytics are dumb. Guys.
Yeah, put the analytics. Yeah, put those analytics in your pipe and smoke it. I don't think he's like that. And obviously, he gets the line so much, which is good for analytics people. Mm-hmm. But I think he has an idea of like basketball where you're supposed to draw a lot of attention, score hard shots, and frustrate the other team. That's his thing. It's like a chess match with him. And he's not one of these guys who's like, oh, why take a shot if it's not a 3?
For a guy with such work ethic, it kind of baffles the mind for a decent shooter why he hasn't added the three. It kind of makes you think he hasn't tried, or it's never been one of those summertime things that he's gone after 100%, where he's like, I'm going to add the three this summer. Yeah. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't, but he's always been able to, improve what he wants to improve. So 8 years in, I feel like he hasn't tried to do that over the summer yet. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Or maybe he keeps like when he shoots in the gym, he keeps getting to like 33%, 34%, and he's like only going to unleash it.
Yeah, when he's at 36.
You know what? Don't even try the three this year, DeMar. Just take this momentum and go straight into the playoffs with it. Don't think about the past playoffs at all.
Yeah.
You've got this momentum. If it drops off, like if he just goes strolling in, say he averages 28, 29 points or something going into the playoffs, and then it's like the jitters come again.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
Listen to Coach
I can't
Matt.
do
Yeah.
it.
DeMar, listen to Coach Matt. Keep doing what you're doing, even if it's very stoppable in the
You throw a three,
playoffs.
you're off the team. You throw a three, you're off the team.
Okay.
Dwayne Casey out.
That's actually a pretty good transition, because I was also thinking we've had plenty of conversation about the frustrations and the job well dones of Dwayne Casey.
Yeah.
Couldn't find a word for that.
No, that's a great word.
No
That's
word
a
at all.
great word.
I think that Dwayne Casey is also getting better. He's showing he's turning some corners. His strategy and matchup adjustments have been really cool this year. And you've got big steps forward, it looks like, from Ross, Bebe, Powell, DeRozan.
Is he still wearing blazers with jeans?
Not a good look, Casey. Fix that, buddy.
He's still doing that?
He's not wearing jeans.
He's
blazers with jeans?
He does blazers with mismatched
we need a
pants.
fact check here.
Maybe at practice.
Not jeans.
You
not
were
jeans.
outspoken about that last season, so I just want to make
It's not jeans. It's just mismatched blazer and
No
pants.
jeans.
Fat ties, guys.
No
I can't do it.
jeans, okay? Drop that bullshit.
You were making the point, Kevin, is Nogueira, is Bebe the Biz 2?
Are we there already? Are we not missing Biz?
Well, I think
Oh, I said that last year.
Yeah.
I said what
Yeah, I think we both.
what Biz
mentioned
does
that.
was so unbelievably exciting, but like with what the Raptors need and do, that was a very replaceable asset.
totally.
Just
Backup
because
center.
it's basically just someone who can block shots. Like that's the difference between like Bebe and Jonas and Pirtle right now. Bebe just had a game or two or three where he's really altering shots, really blocking shots, and nobody's guarding him on offense. So
he's looked so good.
he's getting putbacks. Like he definitely still. I hope nobody gets carried away and thinks that he's like even close to as good as Jonas. But I mean, we're
Start him.
We're still probably far away from that.
You know what Bebe did? A big thing that he did that made him better?
What?
He quit drinking.
Oh yeah,
He hasn't had a drip in over 6 months.
Inside baseball.
guys. Nutrition is important.
Wow.
And doesn't go out as much either. He said he doesn't go out to the clubs and all that stuff.
You know who you learned that from?
Imagine that really.
DeMar DeRozan.
That's right. DeMar's a good influence.
Yeah, you got a bunch of guys on the team with kids. Like, who you going to the club with?
I love that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What are you thinking on Bebe, Jacob?
I think Bebe is like, well, all right, I'm going to say this because I just picked him up for fantasy because I really needed some blocks and
Yeah,
steals.
he's like
me too.
he's like ranked 8th overall in fantasy.
I like, here's the thing. I think that I think he actually has better offensive instincts than Biyombo.
I think you're right.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Watching highlights and watching a couple of games, he's not a great offensive player, but he like kind of just knows where to be.
Yeah, and his hands
Biyombo just
also.
and also Biyombo has just had the worst hands.
Oh yeah, has anyone watched Biyombo in Orlando?
Yeah,
that's what happens when you don't have two
I haven't
superstar
yet.
guards.
Yeah. So what's the story with him?
Oh, he looks fantastic. He like is awesome at blocking shots, and
he looks like
that's it.
Biyombo. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Biyombo if no one ever passes to him in the pick and roll.
Well, I was going to ask. Or you go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead.
What did you say? Sorry.
You go ahead. You were making a point.
Oh no, nothing. I just I think that he has really fast hands, which I didn't expect. Like he's getting it's only been 4 games, obviously, but he's averaging 2 steals a game. Like that's
Yeah.
Like that's not what a center is usually supposed to do.
Totally.
Especially not one who's,
Yeah.
He's actually a very unique player.
I know.
Because he's also a good passer.
He's a good passer. He's crazy long, like deceptive long. Like I think
Yeah, he's like if he keeps so long, he's like a beanpole. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He has like this skill set that he's like a thinner DeAndre Jordan.
yeah, honestly.
Like
Yeah, if that extra inch that he has means you actually can't jump off the ground.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he just has one more inch, and that inch means that you physically cannot jump.
Physically can't jump. Also, great nickname. Long Weekend, all about it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, is that replacing his like actual natural nickname,
Natural
Bebe?
nickname of Bebe. I think Bebe has just become his real name,
Oh yeah, fair enough.
and Long Weekend is now
Does
his
he
nickname.
actually
Long
enjoy
weekend's pretty
weekends?
good.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get it on the back of his jersey like Nene?
I hope so. That'd be great.
Well, back to what you were saying, Kevin, about Casey and his adjustments. I mean, even Biyombo, I think the improvement you saw last year has a lot to do with the Raptors system and
Yeah.
Yeah.
development inside the club.
For
And I
sure,
think if
for
you
sure.
can compare, like it's hard for a guy who just like myself who just watches the Raptors, it's hard to know the below the surface stuff of different franchises, but Raptors have the D League, good
Oh, man.
development.
Our development system, like, we're seeing it pay off. Like,
and I don't think
yeah.
Biyombo would he have improved as much under. He was a perfect year for him last year.
Yeah, Casey really like as much as I've been very frustrated over the years with like, him keeping Valanciunas, who has like amazing PER under 26 minutes for his career.
Yeah.
As frustrating as that has been to watch, he seems very good at keeping all players on the team hungry.
Yeah.
Like he's brought in Norm Powell just in the fourth quarters of the last couple games. Oh, sorry, he started the one game. But yeah, like the way that Norm Powell is coming in and being effective in like all sorts of scenarios is a testament to obviously Powell, but Casey.
Yeah.
But wait, I just got to say this before we move on from Bebe. We're not talking about the very hilarious article that came out about
Oh
Bebe.
my God! Yeah, where he lives in Bismack's old apartment.
And wait, keep elaborating, Kevin. Kevin's got all the goods on this.
Hold on, he sleeps in Bismack's old bed.
Hold on. Keep going, Kevin.
So first of all, Bebe says, "I don't know if it's some kind of a magic." But
Second of all, keep going, Kevin.
But I think that might have something to do with it. But more than anything, I didn't sleep in Bismack's bed or go move into his apartment because I wanted the magic from it. It's because my baby mama wanted more room for the daughter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
Yeah. So there's a magical bed now in the Raptors lore.
Yeah.
Wait, they all moved into his apartment?
Whole team lives there.
No, just Bebe's family?
Yeah, Bebe's family.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if like...
No. Actually,
his
like
current-
every ACC employee, everyone who's ever like set up lights and pyro at the ACC,
Everybody's in
they
there?
all live in one condo apartment.
God.
So who gets the bed next? Is it Bebe or Bruno?
Give Bruno the bed.
He's been waiting.
Please give
him
Bruno the
something.
bed.
He's a futon guy for
Something
sure.
Yeah.
God's sake.
Sorry, I interrupted.
You interrupted
where we're
the-
going because I just
Just talking about Casey and I mean, winning helps, but he's responsible in a big way for the only culture we've ever had here.
Right. And now is it it's like a chicken and the egg. Is he the way I love how he's not gun shy with rookies and youngsters. Now, has he been giving good youngsters, or is him putting them out there, pushing them forward faster? I mean, look at Powell last year and this year has been amazing.
I think that's like fairly new. And I also think that Masai has done a good job of kind of taking away some of Casey's like bad habits. Like he gutted our center depth, I think, in part this year because he just doesn't know how to get Casey to keep Valanciunas on the floor.
Right.
And Casey's already successfully found a way to keep Valanciunas off the floor in the fourth quarters. But no, obviously it's been good. And I think like if you instill the culture that a win is a win is a win, then all is well. And obviously Valanciunas, is a pretty dedicated player. Even with his like Lithuanian coach saying awful things about him.
Yeah, that
this
was not a
summer.
good offseason.
He's responded very well, and he just came back from that little knee injury, and he's looked fine in the minutes he's played. I think.
I mean, I think the thing that amazes me about Casey is it feels like, he was obviously like never involved with the Spurs, but it really does feel like Toronto has kind of become like Spurs and North in terms of developing players.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't really had a bad draft in a while.
Right.
If you look at like the outcome that eventually happens, like you look at someone like the fact that Norman Powell is as good as he is,
it's insane.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And
totally.
we're not even talking about Pascal or Jakob.
And that's Spurs North without the starting point of David Robinson and Tim Duncan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it just feels like in terms of just the development of players, like even someone like Pascal Siakam, like that guy is, he's just been good, but like we won 7 of 9 games with him as our starting power forward. But like that's not supposed to happen.
I know that's supposed to be exactly like we signed Carroll last year, who played 26 games, and we have 56 wins. We signed Sullinger this year, hasn't played a game. Like
Valanciunas in and out all the time.
Although I do feel like, as much as I love Masai, we do have to remember all of the drafts, and Bruno is one.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
It was a dice roll. You never know.
Yeah, it's not over yet. But I think Bruno, for me right now, he's not in sunk cost territory, but he is in like fringe chance at being a valuable rotation player territory.
It'll be interesting to see what happens for sure. Like, he's so young.
If we can develop him, then it's like one of the most amazing accomplishments.
If you put him on a big man timeline, it's like not insane that a 20-year-old is bad.
Mm-hmm,
yeah,
that's right.
Totally.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Just about development though. Like, I was watching preseason of Terrence Ross.
Oh, Ross is having a great season. Yeah,
as well. But like, just like how much better he is all of a sudden, just going off the dribble. I was watching tapes with him, just like taking guys.
Yeah.
Right to the bat. Like that's never been his game. And they managed to add that probably just through sheer work and effort on both the part of.
Uh-oh.
I think we lost Jacob.
Is that a drop call?
I'll finish this point.
Yeah.
No.
He's still on the line.
Okay.
But I think
We're
you need
on
to hit a
hold.
button with his cheek.
Ooh. Okay.
Jake?
Okay. Okay.
Mystery time.
Until he comes back, I still think Joe should finish his point.
Well, I think Ross, he's a.
Hey, are you back, Jacob?
What's that?
Oh, there he goes.
Wait, what just happened there?
I think you put us on hold.
How?
With your
You don't
with
like
your
us?
cheek?
Sorry guys. Sorry.
Hey,
No problem. Joe is going to finish your point. Is that cool with you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone else do it.
I was just kidding, but
You go, man.
I don't know what. Yeah, that was weird. Sorry about that.
no worries.
No,
What
that's
were we
great.
talking about when he left?
We're talking about Ross adding stuff to his game.
Yes.
The drive.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, the fact that everyone is taking steps forward regardless of their experience level is really impressive. Like, Valanciunas is, I think, one of the biggest examples of that. But, like, there's just so many instances in which players get picked up either through trade or through draft, and they just never amount to anything. They just kind of disappear.
Oh, totally.
Like, look at someone like Anthony Bennett. Not a great player by any stretch of the imagination. Shouldn't have been taken first. But, like, the amount to which he dropped off the map, had he been picked up by a different team.
Or even a guy like
Spurs.
Ben McLemore. He was a high guy for Sacramento. Sacramento is a great example of like drafting players who probably could have been good.
They're already giving up on Cauley Stein. Which is just like, what are you doing?
It's just like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ross is a guy, and he can't help in every post-game scrum. He says that he's learning from DeMar. He watches DeMar every practice, going after DeMar.
is great.
So I hope you're seeing it rub off on him a bit.
Couple of running themes. DeMar teaches good habits. Also, Terrence Ross changed his diet this offseason, he said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just
Did
fish?
you guys read, there was I think it was Zach Lowe wrote this article about Manu Ginobili and like the Argentina national team.
Yeah. Great article.
Incredible article. But like the thing that really struck me about it was they get really in depth about like the impact that a single player can have on an entire organization.
Yeah.
Just through like developing, like they talk about like, what was it? Getting Manu'd, like that very specific pass that Manu Ginobili essentially invented that now like every player seems to do, or every distributor anyway seems to do.
Yeah, no, I think DeMar is like I know he leads by example, but I also feel like he's like a verbal leader in the sense of like, you know, he's not one of these players who's like not in the cool group. Like he's in the cool group, but he also seems to have this like non-judgmental attitude.
Yeah.
And he, I think even more than Lowry, embodies the like Toronto's always getting slighted, we the North campaign.
Yes.
And I think Lowry obviously is a massive part of it, but he kind of joined a little bit later with like already like his own chips on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's not like he is like, you know, like put it this way, we tried to trade him in the year that we became a good team.
Yeah.
Who's that, Lowry or DeRozan?
Lowry.
Yeah, that's right, to the Knicks, right? Yeah.
But you know, DeRozan, like he came in after Vince. He saw Bosch leave.
Right.
He saw he experienced all the shit that is a Raptor life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that Lowry didn't experience some losing as well, but I think that Lowry was like one of these like hothead players or perceived hothead players that was getting bounced around the league. And DeRozan was like, he got to experience the crap and overcome it. And now he's not settling for just overcoming it, which is amazing.
Which is really, really fun.
Yeah, the past couple of years.
It's kind of what you dream about as a sports fan, to be honest.
Totally, yeah. The past couple of years, you know, when you see criticisms of like league-wide NBA talk shows or whatever, and we all know Raptors in general don't get their due, and definitely DeMar didn't. But now it's to a point where it's getting kind of ridiculous not to give him his due, and he knows that just as well as anyone.
Guys, we got swept up in Raptor love.
Yeah.
That's because of me.
There is a whole rest of the league going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, but Joe just brought up a good point though.
Which is?
Do how are we feeling these days on you know, the Raptors? Because actually, okay, I have an opinion on the Raptors, you know, not getting their due south of the border.
Uh-huh.
So I have an American girlfriend. I go to the US a lot. And I have a little bit of an idea. So I think that our biggest snubbers, or the people who are guilty of snubbing us the most, is the Canadian media outlets. And I think that
Hockey talk.
if you like when I'm in South Carolina, it's not actually that hard to like see Raptors come up on PTI or ESPN for them to talk about DeRozan or Lowry or whatever. Like they don't get the coverage that
That's good to know.
like that LeBron or Durant do or whatever, like because they're not that level.
Right.
But I would say they get equal, if not more coverage than the Spurs when I'm in the States.
Yeah.
And the Spurs have been a much better franchise for a longer time. Well, I think there's a Canadian hockey holdover thing. Oh, you're right. Oh yeah, Matt doesn't like the Spurs.
FYI, Jacob and Joe, Matt is decided to hate the Spurs.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. It's a 3-week-old hate.
Yeah.
America, the Spurs, we're all going down together. Hold my hand. Hold my hand.
But
Spurs.
if I could ask, what's your biggest negative, positive surprise from the Raptors this year?
It's got to be DeRozan surprise.
DeRozan,
Yeah, that's the obvious second most. Say Pirtle, no? Pirtle.
I would say rookies.
Yeah.
As a general concept.
Pirtle, Siakam.
Been a very pleasant surprise.
Where's Heslip?
Brady didn't make it.
905, buddy.
905.
Yeah.
Yeah. You check him out. It's Mississauga.
Get some tickets, Jack and Die.
Yeah. No, that's what Mississauga's like.
Oh, man.
Jacob, just a quick question. Do you think Mississauga is like what Matt just said?
What? I couldn't hear you.
It's like the Ballad of Jack and Diane, or what's that song called? Is that what it's called?
I think it's called Jack and Diane. Yeah, that's Mississauga. I think it was about Mississauga.
American Pie?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, American Pie. Yeah.
No,
Better.
Mississauga is American Pie. It's American Woman.
Very young.
American Woman's a Canadian song.
All I know is I think that guy has a big cat as a middle name.
Wait, someone has Big Cat as a middle name?
Yeah. Mississauga people.
Is that Mellencamp?
Oh, John Big Cat.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. That's
John
good.
Mellencamp. Okay, that was a deep, amazing reference.
That was a real good.
Yeah, good. We all had to like literally like look in our.
It's a joke though.
We know each other better now.
We had to look in our minds for that one.
Yeah.
But sorry, Kev, where were you going?
I don't remember, man. Basketball.
NBA?
Yeah, we're just
NBA-wide.
Big positive or negative surprise?
Oh, right. That was Joe's question. A big
Well,
positive.
you guys brought it
surprise
up
with the Raptors.
beforehand,
I guess the negative is like DeMar Carroll's just
That's
an old
right.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think
Yeah,
he's never
Carroll.
getting back? Never getting back, Carroll?
Not all the way back, I don't
No.
think.
Yeah.
I would honestly say like the biggest negative, and this is like a question dodging type of thing, but the biggest negative is that every time I watch a Cleveland game, I'm like, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, but it's fun to be a great number 2, and I'm really enjoying it. But every time I watch a Cleveland game, I'm like, no chance.
I'll take 10 years of being good and maybe like a
Me too.
finals
Yeah.
run in there.
Me too. Me too.
I
But-
think Masai is so he's so in control. I think he's waiting for next summer and he's gonna go for super team, go get some big name, some big trade, something next summer. Not this year. I mean, it's gone.
I mean, that is a good segue into another thing I was going to talk about, which is there's already some DeMarcus Cousins trade talk
Right.
going around there.
Right.
There's also some Klay Thompson trade
that's
talk.
happening. They're just going to trade DeMarcus Cousins. It's
Boogie
not-
Boogie has to get out of there. He's gonna like
Yeah.
blow up the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on
Yeah.
to the NBA.
Yeah, that's our strut music. Strutting to a new subject.
Yeah, everyone do a squat.
Yeah.
The Raptors waving in the distance. No more.
Yeah, so I think we're all maybe in agreement that a Boogie trade is happening. He's not playing out his contract there. Do we all think that?
I think so. I mean, I guess it depends on Vivek Grenadive and like how, if he's one of these GMs who just won't trade the guy.
Well, he's the owner, so I
Oh,
mean, I
sorry.
guess he does have the final say.
Because we have seen that, like with the Raptors with Bosch, we just like I don't think Boogie is said. I'm sure he's made little tweets and Instagrams and stuff, but
So, do you think they're gonna blow up or try to contend? What's their direction?
I feel like what they're doing
They have
right
Gay
now.
still, right?
I feel like what they're doing right now is trying to win, and it's obviously not working.
Right. They're the Vancouver Canucks of the NBA.
Yeah. Jacob, what's your trade package for Boogie? Where does he go? Does he come to the Raptors?
Oh God, I hope not. I don't know. Like he's such a weird. That team is so weird to me because, like, I think Darren Collison is like low key one of the better point guards in the league, and that's in a league that's like that has just every team has an incredible point guard. But I could be totally wrong about that. I kind of feel like he might end up. Like, which teams have made really, really bad chemistry decisions in the last couple of years?
Chicago.
Although that seems to
Chicago,
be working for him.
Houston.
Houston.
Anyone who got Howard.
Yeah,
except Atlanta
Well,
this
I think
year.
Actually, Howard is in the exact right situation right now because he's in his hometown.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the one place he could go that he wouldn't ruin the team or turn the city against him.
I mean, Lakers.
Yep. Lakers, Knicks trade Rose and Noah for a Boogie.
Yeah, that would be
be so
I think
funny.
the Kings, knowing the Kings, would go for that.
Yeah.
They'd be like a broken down Noah on year 1 of an awful contract. Let's rock.
Sold.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if Boogie gets traded. Like, I think he's going to have to force a trade. I think Sacramento's going to keep trying to make it work. He's just that talented. And as far as the Raptors, Masai seems like he values continuity a bit more than making the blockbuster trade.
Right.
And also with our team, it seems like, I don't know, to land that major PF that we need, we're looking for like a versatile guy over someone who like fills it up. But I mean, if Valanciunas is in that trade, then that changes like the conversation / chemistry of our team.
So what beats Cleveland if you're the Raptors? What do you?
I think definitely like something like Boogie would be necessary.
Yeah.
I don't think Millsap would do it. I don't think Ibaka would do it.
No.
I think you need someone who you have to be like. I think maybe like Blake Griffin, if that worked.
Yeah.
And Boogie, if that worked. But like, if we got a guy like that, there's going to be also like that year-long chemistry hangover.
Yeah.
I have a strong feeling that Messiah, like, he does like continuity. One of my favorite things about him and this team.
Yeah.
But the next trade is going to be a heartbreaker. It's going to be a fan favorite.
Well,
like
it's
Corey Joseph.
It's got to
or-
be.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
at some
we
point-
only have lovable guys,
Right.
So.
And at
Right.
some points, like, we keep stealing PhD Steve's idea here, but like Masai's really good at turning nickels into dimes.
That's right.
And dimes into quarters, but he can't seem to get $1.
Right,
He can't land
exactly.
that star as a
Well,
GM.
Toronto hasn't, ever.
Exactly. For Denver and for Toronto, Masai has not been able to land the
Yeah.
superstar.
Well, I mean, Damari was the missing piece we wanted, and we landed.
right,
him.
but it's like it's still a role player.
Yeah,
like I
true,
think,
true.
I think, I don't know. It takes very, very special circumstances for a
Right.
guy like Harden to move, or a guy like
yeah.
a superstar to really to move.
Well,
Is
first step is getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? And showing
yeah.
that
I mean,
shot.
I think you think we get there again. We're still boosting up our, league-wide stock.
Toronto's got to be looking better after Trump, right?
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
Segue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Wait a second.
And
I thought there was a new guy that was the GM. What the hell happened with that? Did I dream that?
Oh no, that's
you're-
just
you're right.
nomenclature.
That's
nothing.
Same guys in the company getting promotions and stuff.
Okay, because it still says Masai's the general manager.
You
he's
know what?
president now.
There's like three guys.
Prez and alternate
But I'm just
NBA
going to
governor.
keep saying Masai.
Yeah,
because
it's him.
It is
Masai and
Masai.
Shanahan are the same.
He is the general
thing.
manager.
They're
Who's the guy you guys were stuck on? Jeff Weltman?
Weltman, yeah.
No,
Weltman's the official GM.
He's an executive vice president of basketball operations on the Toronto Raptors site.
Oh, well,
Fair enough.
can
Where
I
were we just going though?
Okay, I want to ask what's Golden State looking for if they trade Klay?
I think
the
they're-
world.
Yeah.
I think if they trade Klay,
It's not happening.
they're looking for like I don't know Schadenfreude.
Yeah, like what's
I
better,
don't
what's
know what
better
they're
than Klay?
They're throwing away. They're like, hey, we finally, through rare circumstances, landed an opportunity to have the shot at the next 5 finals.
Right.
Let's throw that away.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing if they do that.
we need to improve our weakness that does
Yeah.
not exist.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if Klay loses his mind and is like, I don't want to be here. I want to be the guy on a team that will not win. Like, maybe, but yeah.
that would be
That's
that would
opposite
be
Durant.
like a Shakespearean break of character.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
like
for
you,
like a 93 Michael Jordan, if you could do a trade like that or something. But who else would you trade him for if you couldn't go back in time?
Oh, I see. I see what
you
you're
see
saying.
what I'm doing here? A 1993 Michael Jordan is the only person who's getting traded for Klay Thompson.
Oh, I see. It's not happening.
It's
That's what you're saying.
unless we figure out time travel.
Whoa, Matt's got his like serious face on. And
Sorry,
and,
it's the kokanee, folks.
and near his bed, I can see right now there's a time traveler's wife book. So something's brewing in the mind.
And a sticky note on the front that says
I-
blueprints.
I would enjoy Splash Brothers becoming Splash Guy.
Splash guy.
Yeah, that would be insane. I'd love it just because it would break up Golden State.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jacob?
got-
Any?
I got to ask something.
Sure.
The Klay Thompson trade rumors. Is this the stuff that Brian Scalabrine was talking about?
Oh, I actually don't know. I really hope so now. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see the
Because
source, but I really hope that's true.
Did you hear about where he got that rumor?
No, I did not.
So apparently, not to burst the bubble on the last couple minutes of
Please
conversation,
burst the
Burst
bubble.
it. Burst it.
Well, it's one of those like
those
unbelievable rumors, anyway.
Yeah.
those Klay Thompson trade rumors actually turned out to be from like a conspiracy theory website
Amazing.
that like doesn't believe the moon is real or something. Like,
That's fantastic.
you have to like look it up. It's
Not-
really funny because you scroll through it and it's like
Wait.
it says like worldwide Jewish conspiracy. The moon, is it real? Klay Thompson might be going to Boston. Like,
Wait.
That's good reading, man.
fantastic.
So they say that not the moon landing. They say
The
the moon,
literal
the
moon.
moon itself. I
The
like
moon
that.
landing was real.
I made this up, but it's like it's something
That's
something
so-
along those lines.
The
It's
moon
really
is a
funny.
projection by the reptilians who are in control of the Illuminati, who are going to organize a trade of Klay Thompson to Boston.
Exactly. It's funny. Hypothetically, like I think if we're still talking about it, though, I feel like Klay Thompson is one of those guys who's really been advantaged by his situation. I don't know
Totally.
how good
Oh,
he would
yeah.
have it on another team.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
He's a very good player, but like he's
Yeah.
part of that system.
Well, yeah, I think
Well,
he's.
it's like it's like with when Nash was surrounded by like some pretty okay shooting guards besides Richardson. But like when you had someone like Raja Bell, like what happened to him? Like that's just, and he was a good player on that team.
Yeah.
And he essentially disappeared after that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think like with Klay, you'd see a lot of what's happening to Harrison Barnes this year.
Yeah.
Lots of usage.
Yeah, high volume.
22 points a game, solid. Probably not going to be an all-star, but like a good volume guy with percentages that are way, way lower than he is.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a very good shooter who's been shooting, nearly open threes for a big part of his career. Or like not open threes, but he's been allowed to get hot with extra spacing because of Curry.
He wasn't relied upon.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you were talking about, just to bring it all the way back to the surprise plus, surprise positives, surprise negatives.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes was super surprising.
Yeah, I drafted him in fantasy, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah.
We talked ever so briefly about this, but do you guys actually think that Trump's election changes the climate of the NBA in any way? It is one of the more progressive leagues in sports, or the most maybe.
Well, okay, let's start with something that's already happened.
Mm-hmm.
So they canceled the All-Star game in North Carolina
Right.
because of the awful transgender bathroom bill, and if the NBA
Loved it.
I loved it. It was a very prideful moment in the NBA.
Great.
When does a league put money on the back burner?
Exactly.
That's never happened. Loved it.
I think that the NBA is not really focusing too hard on silencing its players or its coaches right now. I think maybe it's abandoning the idea of like being on message, which is great. But
it's an absurd thing for a sports league to try and do.
Yeah, but I also
Doesn't
think
stop the other leagues.
I also think they're it's going to change the climate of the NBA. Like I don't think with people like moving to Toronto, but I think it is going to be protestation in the NBA is going to be more important. I think places like Oklahoma might be less desirable.
When you saw there was rumors that John Gibbons was a Trump supporter and Bill Belichick and all these and in those sports you can easily imagine that. And then in the NBA, like such a contrast. Obviously Popovich's statements and Van Gundy, it was great. And Popovich's statement, I think I listened to it 5-6 times just enjoying it.
Yeah.
But it's a more progressive league, and I think quite the opposite. They are encouraging, by and large, or absolutely not restricting them from speaking out, and it's great. I think, and I wanted to ask this is a weird hypothetical, but championship teams meet the president.
Oh, right.
How's that going to play out? I mean, LeBron, I think, has been pretty open about not, being openly against Trump. And
NBA
I said when the Raptors win in 2019, does Lamar want to go to the White House?
Yeah. What do you think?
About and then look at the West, right? Like who are the most likely to win? The two coaches that are the most openly against him, pretty much. Like, was it Kerr and Popovich have both been?
Yeah. The Curry family. The Curry family has been very loud about this.
Yeah. I mean, and it's. I think that what you were saying about contrast is a big part of it. Did you? I couldn't quite hear everything. Did you guys mention Sterling?
No, we actually didn't even go there. But that was.
Yeah, but like Sterling Hardaway, when Collins came out as gay, being like so anti, like people losing jobs and stuff all over the place. Mm-hmm. But like on top of that, it's not just because I think a lot of people would say, oh, it's because the players are black, they have like an interest in this. It's not. It's because the team is super international and contains players from all over Europe and South America.
Well, the NFL is the same percentage of black players, I think, are very close to it, and polar opposite attitude in that league.
Like even a guy like Cephalosha, he's gonna continue to be vocal about what happened to him in
with
New
the
York.
NYPD.
Absolutely. And
so
I believe
that's an example.
is actually from like
he's from Switzerland.
Finland? Sweden?
Switzerland.
He's from like some European country, right?
Yeah, he's from Switzerland, and he's always been a very outspoken human rights advocate. Anyway, like that's always been part of his MO.
I just want to know what Meta World Peace thinks about all this.
He's
Probably something that makes no sense.
just a friend of the Pandas.
Oh yeah, sorry, I said your name wrong.
That didn't legally take. Panda Friend is not his legal name.
Oh man.
That's it's the other little bit of NBA news. It's still tentative, but it looks like they're going to be signing a new CBA by early December, which is very exciting. And a big part of it is it looks like there's a couple of fairly progressive things trying to be worked into that. And I'll touch on that in a second. I just think what's sort of interesting is that apparently what happened is there was no real debate over the basketball related income this time, which was the sticking point of the whole last
Very
lockout.
noticeable, yes.
Because apparently the league or the Players Association had their lawyers look into all of the tangentially related basketball related income streams that the owners had previously like not let players have, like rental of boxes should be BRI but isn't, and like things like all these little things actually translates into like a 1 or 2% bump in basketball related income. And so because the players were like, cool, we don't need to change it, but we want these, that was the give and take, and then they went on to other
I think
talk about really other important things.
Most of the print articles you've read about this new CBA is people have emphasized the contrast from the last agreement, which a lot of people are chalking it up to Silver versus Stern.
For sure. I think that's a very big difference.
I think the big and a lot of people are saying, oh, it's a lot easier this time. Everyone's coming to the table. I think the biggest reason for that is that TV deal, and maybe everyone's just now happy with whatever their percentage is.
That amount of money. Everyone's like, yep.
It's like, okay, I'll take 2% less. Just don't kick me out of this deal at all.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, the NFL and the NBA haven't had to renegotiate their TV contracts. So expect that to happen when those leagues have to renegotiate those contracts.
And that gives them more. That's good. I think that's the reason you're seeing more of a focus on these progressive issues too, is because money is not like the all-consuming thing this time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now I was just saying there's going to be a new domestic violence policy where they have actual actual specific punishments lined out, but also beyond that, they said they really want to focus on education and therapy and support for wives and women and things like that too, which I think is something that I don't think any league has openly talked about that, which is really good.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you're also looking like the focus on player health is really interesting because basketball, I think, is one of the few sports where the sport isn't or the league isn't asking players to sacrifice their health for the sport.
Right.
Yeah.
Like football, it's such a football. You have to get injured basically to play the game.
Hockey too. Yeah.
But basketball, or you have to injure someone else. In the case of
right.
So I was curious.
Running backs and shit.
Do you guys know what that entails? The health aspect of this, player health. I'm not sure exactly what that means at this point. What does that entail?
Kevin, I think you were talking about it. Just in the messages we were exchanging before we started taping. But
yes.
What do you think?
So it's things like schedule breakdown. They're going to shorten the preseason so they can start the season earlier and have fewer back-to-backs and 4 games in 5 nights. Try and get rid of those entirely, and just generally reduce the wear of the schedule on players is one of the main things. And then also things like mental health and also trying to remove. Some of their, or not remove, but change some of their arcane drug testing policies. So, if a guy wants to smoke a joint, he can.
Did you see Silver's? Go ahead, Jacob.
Sorry. Thanks. Sorry. The cynic in me. I promise I'll come next time. By the way, so that I'm not constantly interrupting.
No worries.
No. It's all good.
The cynic in me wants to say that this is all about protecting their investment in the players.
Sure, absolutely.
I
do think though that the league has noticed that these are just from a physical standpoint, these are large human beings who have the problems of large human beings.
Bad bones.
And it's not normal that people like Daryl Dawkins are dying at 61 or whatever. That's not. I don't think they're happy with that. I don't think that's something that they look at as positive.
Yeah, they want that to be their legacy.
I know.
I was just gonna say I think they probably look at a guy like Bill Russell and think like, man, I want every major prominent NBA player
to be hanging out till
to
he's
be
80.
to be hanging out,
Right.
meeting young players.
Yeah.
Like they want that fraternity real bad.
Yeah, if you look at NFL and NHL players, there was this great movie this summer. I think it was Ice Guardians about and we all know the crazy problems that these athletes face from trauma, head trauma, and then addiction to painkillers.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
And I think the NFL has taken the lead on saying that marijuana is far superior pain reliever
to Vicodin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And hopefully that goes in the right direction there. And I heard it was actually kind of funny. Silver said in an interview that the league's official policy is that we strongly prefer you don't smoke marijuana.
I think that's.
Do you think any player is going to say you know what?
Yeah.
The
So many
said
players
strongly before he said
So
prefer.
many players, like
if you're gonna smoke marijuana, smoke it in the arena so we know where you are.
yeah, it's hilarious.
We'll
Smoke it in the
We'll give
arena.
you a ride home after.
So many players read that and lit up a joint.
Exactly. Yeah.
So many players are like, it's time.
That is green light 101.
Poor Mitch McGarry,
No kidding.
comes a bit late for him.
Oh man.
Guy got he lost all sorts of credibility for smoking weed.
Or that Tunsil football player kid with the bong mask who lost his draft pick went down 100
Jesus.
spots because of that. Oh man.
Yeah, he looked cool, but
Priorities.
well, I have an idea for a segment. So if you wouldn't mind participating, Matt, Joe,
Oh man.
Jacob,
On the spot.
yeah. So Pro Line has started for basketball
Very exciting.
in the NBA, and just to kind of test our might without actually betting, I thought it would be a fun game if me, Kevin, and Matt take a guess on some games every episode, and then we also get the guests to guess, and we tally the score. You guys into it or what?
You guys are on Team Guest. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good guess. That's a good team.
Yeah, team guests,
do this,
and
man.
team guests. If you disagree, that's fine. You just get one in each category. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be fun and weird. It's gonna be
There's
good.
no
We've got-
consequences.
We've got jerseys for you guys still.
Gift
Yeah.
bags.
Orange slices. We're good to go. Okay, cool. So the first game. So yeah, all these games are taking place basically in tonight.
Cool. Are we picking against the spread? Is that
Yes.
Is that what's happening?
So,
Does
yeah.
everyone know what that means?
Okay.
Oh, you're doing.
I will. Okay, I was going to
Explain
explain.
it.
Do you
Go ahead and explain.
I'll explain it
for the
anyway.
listeners.
I don't know.
So a point spread basically is how much Vegas or the odds makers has favored the particular team to win by. So an example would be, I'll give you some examples, but Raptors Cleveland tonight is in Cleveland. They're probably favoring Cleveland by, I don't know, 7 points or something.
7, yeah.
So if Cleveland wins by 7 or more, and you say they're going to cover, then you win that bet.
Yeah.
So if Cleveland is expected to win by 7, and you say Raptors, and Cleveland wins by 6 or
Right.
less,
Yeah.
then you win the bet.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
One
Yeah.
outcome has to be right
Right.
in this scenario.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
okay.
right.
So
Okay.
are you going to give us the spread?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Matt, if you wouldn't mind keeping track of our all-time scores.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
That's a big notebook. Jeez.
Yeah, we'll start with Jacob. The first one on the old list today is Brooklyn at. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the website this is from. It's Atlanta at Miami, and Atlanta is favored by 7.
Okay.
Who's kicking off?
Sorry, I should also say that a lot of these are like Atlanta's favored by 6.5.
Right.
But I'm just going to round it up
Right,
because
right,
it's
yeah,
basketball and you
Well, that
can't.
makes a huge difference.
Yeah, a huge
Way to
difference.
score that half point.
Yeah, man. So Atlanta's favored by 7, and they're playing in Miami.
Is Bosch
What-
playing?
No, Bosch is not playing.
Okay, I'm going to consider that.
What do you think, Jacob?
This is for me. I gotta
is-
start
Yeah,
this
you're
off.
This
on.
is
You're
for
on
you.
the spot.
Okay. That's a tough one. The thing is, I'm gonna say I think Atlanta's gonna take that because
Okay.
Howard is probably the only person who can actually contain Whiteside. Plus, they're missing Dragic.
I love it. Jacob's going with Atlanta. Schroeder's going to beat up Dragic.
Dragic isn't even playing.
Ooh, bada boom.
Busted his ankle.
Ooh, Kevin's withholding information on Jacob. He's competitive. Look at his face.
No, Jacob literally just said that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, actually.
I got you, buddy.
Listen, I've been considering whether I should pick him up off waivers because someone just dropped him on Fantasy.
I would do it.
It's been a real angel-devil situation for the last 2 days.
Yeah, I'd say pick him up for sure.
If the devil says pick him up, I make me the devil.
Yeah, Kevin, if you want to dance with the devil, you got to be the devil.
Give me a reason.
Yeah.
I'll piggyback on that. I completely agree.
Yeah. Atlanta?
Yeah.
I also agree. I think Miami's going to score like 20 points without Dragic in there.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Matt.
Hot Atlanta.
I like to stir the pot.
Uh-oh.
And I like Winslow. I think I'm gonna say Miami, but it's gonna be a nail biter.
Okay.
Yep. I'm also gonna go Miami.
Yes.
Just to stir the pot up a little bit.
Just to make some soups.
And I'm going to say that whoever comes out for playing point guard for Miami surprises Atlanta a little bit.
Okay.
And I feel like Atlanta will win by 6.
Which means we'll win.
Yes.
We'll win. That means we win, Matt. Okay. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. If you got all those in the database.
Yep.
Okay. So, Joe, this time we're going to start with you.
Sure.
Charlotte is playing in Minnesota, and Charlotte's favored by 2.
Oh, I'm going to have to go with... did Charlotte play last night?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Minnesota. Young and dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe's going Minnesota. Kevin, Charlotte by 2 in Minnesota. Who do you got?
I'm going to go by Charlotte. They're still rolling. Minnesota hasn't quite figured it out, although Wiggins is starting to really show me something here. Towns is not going to stop anyone inside.
Wiggins coming off a 47-point game.
I know. I think it's going to be a little bit of a dip. I think they're still getting their sea legs.
Okay.
These Timber puppies.
So you say Charlotte by 2?
Say Charlotte by 2.
Okay, Matt.
Now, if it's Charlotte by 2 or more, will I still win?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'll go Charlotte.
Yeah. Okay, I'm also going to go Charlotte. Oh. Joe, you're all by yourself right now.
Good thing I'm not here weekly.
Yeah. Jacob, you going Minnesota or Charlotte? Charlotte favored by 2 in Minnesota.
I'm going to say Charlotte, too. I think it's, for all the reasons that were said before, I think they're just too good right now.
Yeah, they're playing great. It should be a very good game, though.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun watch.
If you're hanging out at home,
if you're league
watching a game, great. So, what else we got here?
T-Dot?
No, T-Dot I can't find here.
Not on the ticket.
It's one of those.
You're probably right though. It's like probably a 7-point.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that like it's.
Sometimes I don't get on there. Oh, also it's after 7, so it's already started.
Probably. Yeah. Ooh, fair enough. Okay, so. We also have Chicago at Portland. Kevin, we're going to start with you this time.
Okay.
Portland's favored by 4 at home against Chicago.
Yeah, I'm going to take Portland on that one.
Okay.
Chicago's not playing much D right now, and I think it's going to be lightening up.
All right.
Portland is.
Matt?
I'm going to go with Chicago. Dwayne Wade, what's up, Dwayne?
Feeling it. He's feeling it.
Hey, that was weird and great. It's like it was an actual slogan that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Except it for sure wasn't.
What's up, Dwayne?
It was just Matt saying, "What's up, Dwayne?"
That's Dwayne Wade's catchphrase. What's up, Dwayne?
That's pretty great, though.
What was the spread on that one?
4.
The spread is Portland by 4. I'm also going to go Portland by 4. Jacob, what about you?
I think Rondo is not going to play that game, or if he's playing on a wonky angle.
Oh, crap! So Chicago's going to win.
That's just I don't think that those are the tools for stopping Lillard. So I think that's Portland's game.
Cool.
Yeah, same.
Joe, you're
Agree
up
with
last.
all the above.
Portland.
Everyone's saying
and
Portland.
it's in Portland. That's a great crowd.
What up, Dwayne?
Yeah, and then I like how this time it was even shorter and it was like less audible.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, last but not least, we have Brooklyn in LA, Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
Matt, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Lakers favored by 7.
Whoa.
Brooklyn in LA.
I'm gonna definitely wow. Lakers have been better this year, though.
They have
right?
been.
Yeah, like they've
Much
been,
improved.
They're like in the playoffs right now.
They might be
right?
the most interesting team in the league.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely say the Lakes are gonna just ruin that team.
Yeah?
By 7, you said?
By 7.
Oh yeah, by like 10.
Oh, wow. Bye-bye, Dwayne, or whatever.
Bye bye, Dwayne.
Okay, perfect. I'm up next. I'm going to go Brooklyn just because I think that this is a perfect game for a team like the Lakers to actually lose.
To have a little
Yeah.
letdown.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Brooklyn. Jacob, you're up next. LA by 7 at home against Brooklyn.
Okay. That's a tough one because Brooklyn played last night, didn't they?
Oh,
Yeah, they
I
did.
think
Yeah,
you're
that's always
right.
a
They did.
huge
They're on a
thing, you know?
back-to-back.
And that, back-to-back go on the road.
On the road,
is,
That's what I asked earlier, yeah.
But here's the thing. Brooklyn played last night, but Brooke Lopez didn't. Just for rest. Just not any injury. So that's tough. I'm going to say I'm going to take the riskier bet. I'm going to say it's Brooklyn.
Ooh,
Cool.
okay.
I'm going to take the Lake Show because, in the words of a great executive, fuck Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
And
Ooh,
the
nice
Lake
tie-in.
the Lake Show is kismet right now. They seem...
Yeah, they are fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Kev, wrap it up. Wrap up the pod.
Something I never thought I'd be saying.
Oh my God, he's going to say something.
Brooklyn doesn't look that bad this year.
Whoa.
They're playing above their skill level.
Is this the game of the year versus the two teams that everyone thought wouldn't win a game,
Yeah.
but somehow are not embarrassing
Oh, man.
themselves on a
I-
nightly basis?
I could see Lakers winning this game by 5. By 7? No way.
Oh wow, Kev got all
Chance.
serious. He did like a cool S Club sign after
Yeah.
that.
Are we all going to be up at 1 o'clock in the morning to find out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Scola at the buzzer.
Brooklyn.
I give them 6.5. I don't think they'll win by 7.
Exactly. Thank you.
Same.
Brooklyn it is. Guys, thanks so much for coming on the pod, for
Thank you.
chatting ball with
Yeah.
Happy
us.
to. It's so great.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be there next time.
We'll get you there in person. We don't always tape on Tuesdays, so that'll be good too.
Yeah.
No, that'll be perfect. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. Good times. Joe, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, if you guys want to make it up to 4920 Yonge Street, I'll be making pizzas there for the rest of my life.
Amazing.
That sounds so fun.
I'm coming to get a pizza.
And when you say rest of your life, that makes me think like Hero Dreams of Sushi. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
you're really a long burn type of
Yes,
attraction.
yes,
like
yeah.
rest of my life. Okay,
Yeah.
wow. So art installation up at 429.
Yeah, my whole career is a interactive art piece. Yeah.
yeah, it sounds like it.
Nice. Jacob, what you got going on these days?
Am I the asshole who plugs a TV show that he's
Yes.
working on?
No, do
Yes,
it.
you are that
That's what you're
asshole.
supposed to do.
That's what I was prompting you to do.
Yeah, so the Beaverton TV show, I think it's on Wednesdays at 10:30. Check it out.
You can also
Comedy Network.
catch it at
Even a little
comedynetwork.ca.
bit. Even a little bit. I tried so hard.
Hey, that's plug-in for 3, actually,
Yeah.
so that's
There you
good.
go.
Yeah. And of course, Kevin obviously is a big part of the Beaverton.
That's right.
So
Check
Check out
us
the
out.
website as
Check us
well.
out online, thebeaverton.com.
Yeah, my
Freddie's brother, yeah.
My brother's on it.
It's,
of course, that's right. Yes.
Yes.
the whole
yeah.
world's on it.
Yep. And yeah, this is a great
Great.
time.
Cool.
Congrats on your new niece, by the way.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Mariana,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
she's 3 months
Oh
old.
yeah, of course. Yes.
Yes.
So good times there. She's like was following me with her eyes.
On Twitter?
Yeah, she started.
Yeah, on Twitter. On Twitter, she uploaded a GIF of her
Of just eyes?
her eyes following me. She started an account with an egg.
And the rest of the pictures are just the
Yeah.
camera inside her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
teething.
I don't know how she tweeted it at me, but yeah, I'm scared.
Hey, kids these days.
I'm
man.
scared. I'm
they
It's a
learn
different
fast.
world.
All right. Bye, guys.
Okay,
Cheers.
bye.
Hello.
Yeah.
See ya.
Can anyone around here speak basketball?
This has been the Confederacy of Dunks with Kevin Dowse and Freddie Revis.
Please subscribe and rate on iTunes and Stitcher.
And check out talkoli.co for more great podcasts.
So that was rate and talkhole.com.
It was.
Great.
I wanted to ask what those are. That's my number one question of you guys.
Bye, guys.